I'm going to open it up and show you what comes in the box. I'm going to hook it up, show you what the camera looks like, and it pops out of it. You just push these little and connect it. Okay, this is our first ever video on our new channel, Should I Buy? Our main channel is Dandi Offroad. That's a channel that we have had for the last couple of years, and on that channel we video all of our off-road adventures. It's called Dandi Offroad. We video all of our trips, riding, working on the car, that type of thing. But this is a side channel. We decided to do this because we use a lot of products, obviously, in our adventures, both when we're riding, working on the car, prepping the car, in the shop here. This is our shop. We use a lot of products, tools, technology, and we decided to kick off this channel so that we could talk about those products that we use and give our opinion as to whether we think they would be a good purchase or not. So the channel is called Should I Buy? This is the first video. This is the first product we're going to talk about. This product is going to go on our Can-Am Maverick X3, and the purpose of that is just to show a better view out of the back of the car, kind of a safety thing.
How awesome it is.
Anyway, here we go. Let's unbox this thing and see what's in the box. We actually did already open it, so it's not technically an unboxing, but I'm going to open it up and show you what comes in the box. I'm going to hook it up, show you what the camera looks like. We'll give some little highlights of that. Mounting this on our off-road car will actually be on our other channel. That's Dandi Offroad. So if you want to check out some more footage of that process where we actually mount it on the car and going forward, testing it on the car, what it looks like when we're out riding off-road, you can check that out again at Dandi Offroad. And so thanks for watching. Here we go. So in the box, in the top, here are the items that were in the box as it came. We did already open it, like I said, but this is how it was boxed up. This guy right here, this is the screen. But here we go. Here's the screen itself. It has this, I guess it's a little frame, plastic frame you can use to mount this thing, and it pops out of it. You just push these little tabs on the side right here, and it releases the screen itself, and then the wire is fed through that guy right there. Pull it out. There's the screen itself, and I am not sure what these are back here. Kind of looks like speakers, but I'm not sure. We'll have to explore that some more. But there's the screen itself. There's the little mounting panel. I'm not sure, what the point of these are. It looks like maybe you could hook them on something. Maybe some, and then some places for some, if you want to mount it with screws to something, to a dash or something like that. Anyway, not sure if we'll be using this in our application. It'll be mounted, like I said, mounted to our X3. Again, you can check that out on our other channel, Dandi Offroad. We'll find out if we're going to use that or not. Set that aside, set the screen aside. Let's open up this box and see what else we have in here. So, some of the other fun stuff. Here's the cabling it comes with. I have not looked at this stuff yet or opened it, so this will be the first time I've seen it. Open this guy up. There's some instruction manuals. GPS and camera connection. Oh, let's look at that real quick. What does this say? Looks like you can add other inputs to the monitor maybe. We'll take a look at that. Here's the other cables it came with here. Let's see, what do we have? I watched some other videos on this backup camera. One of them was by a channel called, let me look at this real quick. The Kilog 69, the Kilog 69 right here. I commented on his video and he responded and he said, I commented, what did I say? I said, great video, thanks for the information kind of thing. He responded, thanks, I bought 2 more units, they're great, one stays in my truck at all time. So it looks like he uses one, I think, on his RV and one on his truck. That's the Kilog 69, KILOG69. Here, I'll show you on the screen right here. Anyway, based on his review went up a year ago, and I guess apparently he's had great luck with this camera and purchased the second one. So based on that, we purchased one and decided to give it a try. Long term, I'm not sure if it'll stay on the X3. We might add a smaller camera going forward, but we're gonna test it out, see how durable it is. It might be something we also add to our RV or even our truck. Our truck doesn't currently have a backup camera. So this guy here, let's see, I'm gonna take a quick look. We have this. I'm pretty sure one of these is a transmitter and one of them is a receiver. So one of them connects to the camera and one connects to the monitor. We'll take a look at that in a minute. What else do we have in here? Oh, we have a mounting bracket. So this mounting bracket, so it looks like they give you a couple ways to mount this guy. One is like I showed you in this this plastic housing right here. The other one is this guy. I took a little look at this last night, but it has this this guy and this mounting point right here. You just loosen it up a little bit, and it has a slot. It has a metal piece that's screwed to the back of the plastic on this monitor with a slot. So you just take this this guy here and you slide it right on there after you've unthreaded it enough. Not too far because it comes off. You slide that guy right on there like that, and you clamp it down with this screw here. It gets pretty tight, and then it gives you a base, so you can mount it like that. It actually came with some double-sided tape for the bottom of that guy. So it looks like that would give you a pretty good mounting point as well. This particular application won't work for us, but we need something a little more sturdy. But something like that looks like. So it looks like a couple, and it swivels and tilts. So that's pretty cool. I also noticed it looks like it comes with what might be 1/4-20 tripod mount kind of thing. So I don't know if you have something on your car, can't think of what it would be, maybe GoPro kind of stuff, but another mounting point. So it's kind of cool that they give you all those options. So that's that guy. So there's the screen like we showed, another mounting point. Let's see, what else do we have in here? We have some additional wiring. I'm not sure what that is. We'll come back to that. We'll look at all this wiring in just a minute. Some more wiring. All kinds of wiring. And it looks like we have a remote. Not sure how you use that yet. And we have the camera itself. The camera's pretty solid feeling. It's metal. I'm guessing, I don't know, aluminum or something. And it comes with, it looks like this is a shield for the camera, which is kind of cool. And it has this mounting bracket, so both of these swivel off of this screw right here. And it looks like it has some little screw holes right here so you can lock it in place once you get it where you want it. I think that's what these screws are for right here. So these little guys right here, looks like you would take those little screws and screw them through these holes. The holes go through both this mounting point right here and this looks like a shade or a shield or whatever you want to call it. So it looks like you know, once you get it mounted where you want, something like this, then you could lock it down. So that's kind of cool, and this thing feels pretty solid. Now again, we're mounting this on an off-road car, Can-Am Maverick X3. We're going to be using it a little bit differently. So we're not going to have it connected to the reverse signal from the car. We're going to actually have it connected to key on. So when you turn the key on, this thing will turn on and stay on, and hopefully it'll not overheat and all that good stuff. We'll be testing that. So we'll take a look at all this. We're going to hook it up right here. I have a battery I'm going to set on the bench right here. We're going to hook it up to power. I'll show you real quick what that looks like. Okay, so we looked over the wiring on this thing. The instructions, they're not great, but they give you the information you need. So based on that and basic knowledge of electricity, and typically black is ground and red is positive, And then with some information in here that this is the trigger for the camera to turn on when you put the car in reverse. We have a temporary setup here with a battery. Can't see that, it's over here. But we have a battery for a power source. Here's the wiring from the battery. This is the receiver. And as you can see, it plugs into the yellow cord on the monitor. There are two of them, so you can use two inputs. I'll show you that in a minute. But here's all the power leads to the monitor. So you have a positive, negative. So you have a ground and a positive, and then you have the trigger for when you put the car in reverse, like I said. That's the transmitter and that's the monitor, sorry. Transmitter right here, or receiver right here, same thing. Black and red for ground and positive. And then we have on the other end, the camera, we have the transmitter. So this guy right here, cord coming out of that is same thing. We have a 12 volt power and a ground. So we're going to connect all those up and test this thing out and see what we get. We kind of just have this laid out on the bench right here. So I'm going to take all the grounds and tie them together. Slash camera, the transmitter and the camera powered off the same cord. Here's the ground from the receiver. Connected together here. This is just, a quick temporary test. Then we'll wire it up in the car. We're going to connect the power leads from each source together. And now we're going to power this guy on. So I have the negative side of the battery tied back so I know which one it is, and I'm going to tie that to this guy here. And I'm just going to put a little bit of tape over that so we don't short this guy out. Take a little bit of tape, cover up the negative side of this circuit, all of our power, including the trigger wire, and put it over here. We're going to connect this guy up to power and see what we get. So everything's connected and powered up. This is our reverse trigger. So let's see what we get. Let's see, let's put the monitor over here so you can see. And connect it. There we go. So you can see it said car back. No, that was me. Let's do it again here. So it said car back and the camera comes on. And you can see we have the camera here. It's pretty good, it's a pretty good image. We're getting some flickering. I have a feeling that that's to do with the fluorescent lights. But obviously, when we're out riding, or if you were driving around in your car or whatnot, you probably wouldn't be that near fluorescent lights when you're in reverse, I'm assuming. I also noticed, let's see, we connect this guy. I also noticed we have another video input here. And the way you get to that, from what I understand, is to click that button right there switches your video to video 2. You know what, I think to get to video 2, you have to have that reverse trigger wire off. So I'm going to disconnect that, and we're going to go to trigger that guy, push the video 2 button. Let's plug in, we're going to plug in our camera that is still powered on to that second input and turn this guy on and see what we get. Okay, so as you can see there, actually that's video 1 apparently, shows in the top right hand corner. And then if we connect the trigger wire again, I think it switches over. So let's take a look at that. I'm going to connect this trigger wire that's meant to go to the reverse light circuit. And you can see it says car back. And we have no video input because I have the video input from the camera plugged into the second input for video. So when we connect it there, we get our video from the camera when the car is in reverse based on this being connected. So this is the trigger wire for the reverse circuit on your car. So when you put the car in reverse and it turns on the reverse lights, this would be connected to that circuit, which would turn on the camera. And as you can see here, it brings up the camera. If you disconnect that, it switches back to that other circuit, AV1, and we can switch this connection to AV1 and we would have video signal. So if you wanted a second camera or I guess GPS, I don't know what the real purpose of that would be for us. We don't have one at this time. But I've also noticed if you turn this off, turn the power off, go back into the triggered video input and use that trigger wire, even with that power off, it powers the camera on, or it powers the monitor on and brings up that video signal. Oops, hold on. If you're plugged into the right video signal. There you go. So you can have that powered off, use the trigger from the reverse circuit, and it brings it up. Or you can leave that reverse circuit trigger wire disconnected, plug into the second video source, turn on the power, and you get video from the camera. So you could have a second camera connected, turn on the power, get video from that, and then use your reverse circuit trigger connected to your, or if you're using this in a regular car, trigger that and it'll switch over to the other circuit, which again, I don't have the camera connected to that right now, so let's do that real quick. We'll switch it back again. Trigger's connected, switch our video source, and there you go. So it works pretty good. We're going to try it out in the car, and we will give our long-term review, I guess, after we've had it for a while. But overall, 60 bucks, around 60 bucks, 65 bucks on Amazon. We'll put a link down below so you can take a look at that. On Amazon, came in a couple days. For 65 bucks, it's not bad so far. Oh, you know what, real quick? So these are infrared lights, and when this goes dark, you can see it actually turned on the infrared. It turned on the infrared lights right there, but let's test it out in the dark. Okay, this is going to be a test of the infrared lights on this camera in the dark. Not sure how well this is going to show up on my camera, but we'll find out. I'm going to turn on some stuff here. This is all lights off. You can see the little infrared lights on the camera, or on the camera itself. There's a sensor right down here that turns those on when it's dark, and you can see it picks up pretty good. That's our look at this product on our channel. Should I buy? That's the name of the product. And so far we feel like it's probably a pretty decent purchase for the price. Thanks for watching.